So we're talking about Heizou, and this is the best, okay? Because I found out about this character this morning, and I think this was released early morning for me, like 3 a.m. Of course, I was asleep, so when I woke up, I found out about this, but I couldn't give my immediate, like in the moment response to it, and I had to go to work. Came back today, sat down. And I had some food. Basically, let the thought marinate a little bit. So what I'm about to say is really just after a day of thinking almost, right, at this point, how I feel about this character, right? There's quite a bit to talk about. And let me tell you, if you go to the official Genshin Impact Twitter page and you click on this character and go to the comments, it's like the most polarizing response I have seen in a while. And this character, let me tell you, down below, you either love him or you hate him. I honestly have no idea how it got to this point. I'll be honest with you guys, I don't even know what the hype of this character is about. Heizou, never really heard him, never really paid attention to him. That granted, I'm the kind of guy who speed runs the frickin' story mode, right? Like I'm just like left clicking, left spamming the my mouse or my space bar through the whole story. So it's no wonders that I miss some of these key characters if he is one. And yeah, it's really weird. There's people like zooming in onto his feet. There's people zooming in onto his like side boob here, you know, the part, the skin showing part. There's people just losing their minds over like his weapons, speculating about his potential, talking about the weapons he used. I honestly don't really care about any of that, but when it comes to this character, we can see he's going to be an Anemo character, and it seems like he's suggestively using a sword-ish weapon, which interesting to say the least, because when it comes to Nemo characters, what are we really looking for? Is he going to be another support? Is he going to be a DPS? Is he going to be a healer? Is he going to be like a team buffer? What on earth does this guy do? And there's also conversations going around. Is he going to do what Kazuha does? Come in and maybe provide a way to play with Dendro units? Is this going to be an introduction to a potential Dendro bridge of some sort? I don't know. Does Anemo even react with Dendro? There's so many questions, and you guys know, if you played Genshin Impact for at least 3 to 4 patches, you would know that oftentimes when a character comes out, their kits might seem incomplete. There are things that they just feel like they should do but don't, and then there are times when, especially if they don't have their signature artifacts, they come out just feeling lackluster, right? And I think currently Yaimiko, a lot of people at C0, Yaimiko feels a little iffy, and that's also because maybe she needs her artifact set. And this character is going to come out. Is he going to be using the 4-piece Viridescence? If he's a support, is he going to be an EM bot? You're going to stack him full with EM and just use him like how you would a Kazuha, but for your second team. So are you going to be going hard on this character when it comes to support utility features? What are you looking for in Heizou? And of course, with all that said, there's no point to speculate any further as to what this character does, because nobody knows, right? But there's another controversial thing about this unit, and that is his design. I think a lot of people, as I was reading through the comments, seems to have an expectation for this character's design. And maybe I'll throw a couple on screen. I don't know if this is legitimate. It looks legitimate, but from what I've seen, it's not. And this is the perfect example of expectation versus reality. Because I'll be honest with you, when it comes to Heizou's design, he looks fairly simplistic. It doesn't look like his design is his strong suit. Let's just say that, right? It does not look like his design is his strong suit. I think this character, when it comes to how good he looks aesthetically, in my opinion, he looks like a 4-star. I think even Toma looks better than Heizou when it comes to character aesthetics. I'm not talking about how pretty he looks. I'm just saying his general outfit, attire, and stuff. And I know some things are quite to detail, like his weapon, for example, right? It's the Jite. That is a weapon, apparently, that is actually used by Japanese detectives back in the day. So I see that there is effort put in historically accurate information of someone, but there's also a fantasy element to it. Let's just not talk about the side boobs showing, the feet showing, and all that stuff. His beauty mark under the eyes at this point, I swear, they put like one extra. Usually it's just one, but for some reason there's two. His childlike stature, he doesn't feel like he's a grown person. He looks very young, and it's just a young boy or teenager working as a detective for the Tenryou Commission. Say what you want, but I think Heizou, aesthetically, design-wise, feel quite lackluster. That's my opinion. Now, depending on his backstory, people might lose their minds. People are also saying that is he going to have a tragic backstory where he lost his friend of some sort? What's going on here? And a Nemo character seems to have this trend of looking kind of emo-ish and doom and gloomy. So what's going to happen to Heizou? All in all, what I want to see is not another Viridescence user. Well, I do think a good solid Viridescence user can really help. I don't know if this guy is going to be a 4-star or 5-star, because he does not look like a 5-star in my humble opinion. This character looks like a 4-star Anemo character. Maybe he's gonna have as much effectiveness as someone like Sucrose, right? Hopefully not going to be power creeping of any sort like what Kazuha did to Venti, but rather fill maybe a slot in the Anemo roster, or be the character that's going to kind of bridge the Anemo and Dendro interactions. Listen, people are gonna dig for leaks. I think give it a week or two, or maybe even right now, hell, I don't know. Leaks might already be out about Heizou, and if you are looking at leaks, I urge you to do one thing. It's to start speculating for certain potentials between Heizou and Dendro reactions, because if Heizou feels bad on paper, there's a high chance that there are things in his kit that's designed to work better with Dendro. I have started to realize that most characters that feel bad oftentimes will get adjusted, or Hoyoverse will release content that caters to them for the future. That's just what I've realized. I'm not saying that all problems in the game can be fixed that way, but people who speculate that Heizou is going to be either good or bad, start preparing him to pair with Dendro reactions. That's all I'm gonna say. I'm not here sharing leaked information, but for people who do look at leaks, I do urge you guys to start thinking about this in another perspective, as opposed to trying to fit him in the traditional molds that we already have. Look at what happened to Inazuma. Once we went into Inazuma, Vape and Melt reactions just took a back seat at this point, and everything just went out the window from what we used to believe and understand. I think it's going to be the same as we continue going into Sumeru. There's going to be traditions in Sumeru and metas that develop through the region we're currently playing in. And of course, there will be characters that just perform better than others. And I hope Heizou is one of them. Anemo has really been solidified as this god tier element, mostly because of the Viridescence set, but I'm interested to see if Hoyoverse has designed anything else for us when it comes to this element and the characters. Alright, with that said, thank you guys so much. Comment down below, what do you think of Heizou? You excited? Not excited? Pulling for him? How many constellations? Is he a 5-star? 4-star? Alright, till next time, urge y'all to stay safe. Peace, peace. Bye.